Part of the plan tomorrow is I gotta watch my budget, because I gotta make this last until the series is town, and I gotta start winning again before then. Taking some losses first month, and then so I gotta recoup the losses, get a little pocket money for the big tournaments, and it would be nice to go into it on one money. So tomorrow's plan is I figured out it's a pretty long walk. At night, for some reason, it feels like more of a walk on your body. Walk from the Vidara to the Wynn, and then back to the Orleans. It starts to feel like a long way. In the morning, for some reason, your body doesn't feel like it's a super long walk. It feels like you're getting that energy, pumping and stuff, and it feels more fun. But at night, it doesn't feel all that fun. It's like, oh man, I gotta walk away. So, could either hit one or the other. And tomorrow, I'm gonna make a shot at New Orleans, and I'm gonna see. One question is what the payout structures look like on their 10K tournaments. But I'm not even sure if they're 10K or if they're 5K. And then there's one at 4 that I want to play. That's a 08. And I think the guarantee on that one is like 4K or 3K or something. But at least I'll see what the payout structure is for those 120, 150 buy-in tournaments. And then see how I do it at the Orleans. That's the plan for tomorrow, is Orleans. And that the 08, it's at 4. That gives me time to wake up whenever I want. Where today I was trying to make a tournament to start at noon, so I had to wake up before 10 to make it over there. It's like an hour walk. So that's what I got going on. Trying to get a lot of walking in and stay in shape. Getting tuned up on poker. You gotta tune your mind up. It's a big mental game. You really gotta get it in your head. Seen a lot of mistakes that I've been making where I'm overestimating other people's hands. That's one. Um, usually if they have a really good hand, or if they don't, it'll, they'll communicate that. And I'm picking up on communication again. I have to relearn everything because I haven't really been playing for about a year. So I have to relearn a lot of the magic. So playing top level, and there's a lot of things like where I used to just know if somebody if they were on a draw, or if I could even name out what they had. Like, just when they looked at their cards, I would know. And then there's a lot of people that know that other people know that kind of stuff, and that they're watching for it. And so, especially when you're looking at them all freaking night long, you're staring at them, and you're just looking at them, and you're looking at them, they're thinking, a lot of the better players, or even the worst players, there's a lot of players, they'll think, well, maybe if I do this, then they'll think this, and so you'll get some people that are doing some acting, and I'll see through the acting, or I won't. But there's a lot to playing with the same people, and it takes a lot to throw somebody into a group, label them, and figure out what style they play. After a short time, which a lot of times, especially in tournaments, especially when it gets bigger, you got 100 or 1,000 people in a tournament, and you're getting shuffled around on tables. You'll be at one table and then another, and you'll be playing with all these different people, and you don't have any idea who you're up against or how they play for the first hours and hours. And people will be changing what their play style is, or they'll be trying to, but another thing is that players that play really loose, and that's another thing that I've been getting hurt by, is I'll label somebody as a loose player, or as a player that likes to take draws, or a player that plays this range, and I'll think that the guy has a 9-10 or 8-9 type of hand again, and that they're raising because they have a draw again, and I'll think that they're doing the same thing when what they have is they got friggin' pocket aces. And they're just making the same move, but they got a stronger hand. And that's another common move that just fits into basic poker strategy, is to go with the image that you made from the hands that were played and the hands that you had shown before, which everybody plays that one. style. Whoa. They'll play one hand and get to where they're all in on a draw or whatever. Show that to everybody. Now they know everybody is putting them on. Like I was playing earlier, I thought everybody was playing too tight, and so I just started playing a really wide range, a Jack Deuce, King Deuce, and taking down pots with those. And sometimes I would flop a deuce or flop a king, but a lot of times I'd be playing like a 5-7 and just whiff everything. I just had nothing. But just that everybody checked, I thought they didn't have anything. And a lot of times I would just bet and they were just all full. So I almost had figured that if they didn't have a middle pair or top pair that they were folding. And so I bet, and if they called, I figured they had middle or top pair, and was right over and over and over. And that's from hands that I was playing and hands that everybody else was playing. And that's another thing that gets really detrimental in games when people are like focused on, if they're not in the hand, then they won't be paying attention. They'll be like playing on their phone, or they'll be you'll see people watching movies, reading books when they're not in a hand, and they put their phone away because they got a good hand. You really got to see the way that people are playing, and not just when you're in the hand. So when I saw that people were folding if they didn't have like top pair plus, I was just betting and hoping they didn't have it. I got caught doing that, and then all of a sudden everybody starts calling me down. And now they're calling me with all kind of draws. You just got overs. They think that I might have 7-8 again. I got 7-8 and a gut shot in my range, and then you have to change your mode to match what beats what they think is going to beat you. Anyway, there's a lot of changing the game, and the way that you play has to change as much as the cards that you get, the cards on the board.